This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 831, which we were recording on 8:30. At 8:30 p.m., not like August 30th or whatever the 30th month would be in the 8th day, which doesn't exist. What about metric months? Do metric months have 30? Never mind, I'm being stupid. So, I'm Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have Don.
Hello.
Hi-oh! Diecast.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Chris.
What?
Yeah, and Rob.
Hello.
Guys, welcome back. Yeah, that's about where I'm at,
Yeah,
too.
we had kind of an abrupt ending last week.
Yeah.
Everybody but you and Diecast.
Yeah, Diecast was here in studio. It's not much of a studio. Like, it used to be kind of like a studio. Now it's just like a big
It was.
pile
I kind of remember the old studio, kind of, because you did hit me in the head.
I did.
With
Yeah.
steel.
Yeah, now it's just a big pile of toys underneath the house that eventually I'll dig myself out of. Oh, yeah. So, I haven't had enough caffeine today. I almost fell asleep at work. Don't tell
That's kind of
anybody
unlike
that.
you.
Yeah. I was going to say don't tell anybody that, but I immediately told somebody that as soon as it happened. Somebody on my team. We were in the same meeting, and I'm like, God, I almost fell asleep. Yeah. Yeah, it's this the day after what was the event for? It was a Transformers Tuesday live stream.
Yeah.
Any other like significance to it? Just that it's Tuesday and they haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, for Bison it was Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have to say, there's a couple things that were announced that I thought that I enjoyed, but for the most part, it's not necessarily. I mean, there's quite a few things, but nothing blew me away. So, like I guess the big deal was the Elite Robosen. Haven't we already seen that before? Was that new?
Yes,
we have.
we've seen it
So
months ago.
why make such a big deal of it? Was this like the official unveiling of it?
This might be when the pre-orders launched. I honestly thought it had been up for pre-order already, but I could be mistaken about that.
Yeah, so it's a little smaller, a little cheaper, and way more elite.
It's a little smaller. It's barely any cheaper than the flagship one or whatever it was when it first launched. So like, they upped the price of the original big one, which is now out of production, and the smaller one now basically is taking over the price point that the first one was originally at. It's kind of awful.
It's quasi-simplified, right? They took out some servos or something out of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Does it do any less?
I mean, they're not. If it does less, they're certainly not making headlines about it doing less.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever they make a Robosen Optimus that can like go to the fridge and get me a can of soda, that's when I'll be excited.
So rather than an Optimus, though, I think they should do that with like a Robosen Fortress Maximus, because that would have like the height to get into the fridge more easily.
Was it Max Steel that there was a robot like that in the 80s?
I believe so.
Yeah, that could supposedly bring you stuff once somebody handed it to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing like non-toy iterations of that and stuff from the 80s, and like I don't know if it was a Max Steel thing, but I think it might have been a knockoff too, like just a thing unto itself that was a robot like that was at more the toy level.
Yeah,
I didn't have anything cool like that. I didn't even have a Power Wheels when I was a little kid.
Yeah, me neither. My kids have a Power Wheel and they never ever ride it.
They're lost.
Yeah.
I'd drive the hell out of the Power Wheels.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I say as an adult with a driver's license and a car that actually, goes more than 3 miles an hour.
Yeah. So, the Elite Robosen Optimus Prime, though. I mean, if that's your thing and you didn't get the first one, like who's the market for this? Just the people with FOMO who missed the first one?
I guess.
Like I can't imagine. Again, I own the first Robosen robot that they made. It just made me not want another one. I just can't imagine who this is for.
Yeah, and like the social media post for the stream said specifically it was going to be a Robosan Optimus Prime. I honestly was expecting them to debut the Rise of the Beast non-transforming Optimus robot because, movie tie-in. I was actually really surprised that it was this because, again, I thought we definitely have seen this months ago. I thought pre-orders had already started for it, but
I thought it's been out for months.
Right.
I thought when I bought mine, I bought the flagship one. The Elite was already available at that point.
We haven't mentioned this in a while. What do you think of your Robosan Optimus Prime?
I like it. It sits in the box right now because there was a prototype stand that they had that integrates with Alexa and Google and all this stuff that has speakers and everything that would make it like a true display piece. That apparently was supposed to be announced in February or March, and it hasn't been announced yet.
That's not really a reason to keep it in the box. Like a lack of excitement or anything, that's a reason to keep it in the box. Just because you don't have the fancy display stand.
Well, I feel like because he can't really just stand there in robot mode. Like you can put him in truck mode. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm really
a ringing endorsement, diecast.
I'm waiting for that stand to properly display him.
Thank you. Spencer Wild just put in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. The official announcement of the Elite Edition was the third week of October last year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which makes sense because I was at TFCon in the end of October when I bought mine.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so Spencer says he thinks from the article that it's been available to order since October-ish, so...
Now you can see it. You can watch the live.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch the live stream and see it do the same stuff the other one does.
In the Discord yesterday when we were watching the stream in the stream reactions channel that we have now, there was a little speculation this might have been intended to be a different Robosan product that they showed off, and they just there was some kind of difficulty with actually using that one, so they switched to a plan B.
Yeah, we'll go with the old one then. We'll just pretend
go with the one that works.
If they wanted to show off the Rise of the Beast one, it's very probable that it's at an earlier stage of it might not be in full production yet, and they only had prototypes to pass around. So maybe the prototype didn't get to Hasbro's studio in time for this.
A bad product demo will kill a product. So
exactly, yeah. You'd want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, so that is entirely believable. Cool. Okay. So other stuff though, Diecast texted me these. And I was driving. What the hell was this? Senator Shockwave and Orion Pax 2-pack, and a Senator Ratbat and Minor Megatron 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm confused.
Well, that's not unusual.
Yeah, but the reason I'm confused, the Senator Shockwave, which is kind of a new character for me, and the Orion Pax, we just got an Orion Pax last year.
We got Sunbow Orion Pax. This is IDW Orion Pax.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where Senator Shockwave is from too?
Yes.
IDW?
Yeah.
Okay. It was weird. And then I'm I actually ordered this without even realizing what it was, and I thought I was gonna order the Dawn of the Day 2-pack or whatever that's called with the
Birth of a Hero. No.
Yeah, Dion and Ariel.
Dion and Ariel, yeah, because
2-pack.
that's the one we kept seeing, and I'm like, that must be the one they're announcing, and I'm like, oh, it's not.
The War Dawn one is the summer convention circuit exclusive. These are Amazon exclusives.
Yeah.
War Dawn will be available, just not yet.
I can't get excited about these.
Yeah, I mean, Minor Megatron looks nice. It's a good retool of Siege Megatron for the 10th.
It's
literally the 10th time.
It's the best toy out of these four, and that is saying something.
I appreciate what they did making Senator Shockwave. They, used the Siege Seeker mold, which has a lot of potential for, with part swapping, making it have a fairly different profile. because the vehicle mode and the robot mode are pretty non-integral to each other. Like it's not anything that was on like my want list. I never really, thought I wanted, IDW pre brainwashing and pre mutilation Shockwave. And that Orion Pax, I appreciate that it's on the Siege Hound base mold, which is an excellent base toy to work from, but like it's kind of little, it looks a little weird, and like the face sculpt that they went with on this is also just kind of odd looking.
He's smiling. He's very happy.
Ratbat looks nice, but again, it's a thing like I don't really need a non-cassette Ratbat either. So like, none of this is really that appealing to me, unfortunately.
I don't know if that Ratbat actually beats the previous Senator Ratbat that we got. Because that one is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I just muted Don because he's talking to his cat. How he's talking. Sorry, Don.
You're muted in software, Don. Again.
Well, he's talking to the cat who's climbing up on his stuff, so I think he's going to deal with the cat. So yeah, like that Senator Ratbat was nice, and I've got it. This one's not as nice, and I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, the previous Senator Ratbat toy was from the 2010 Deluxe Scourge mold. That's a nice toy. Not one of my favorites to transform. The arm process is a little bit not fun to do. I don't know that I feel like this is an improvement over that because I don't really enjoy transforming Studio Series Scourge, which is what this Ratbat is based off of. Yeah. So like, I'm not feeling this on that level either. It's really pretty. Like they did a great job doing the deco on that. The new head they put on that also looks really good. It's probably got the best new head sculpt of this set.
So I am trying my best, and I'm not saying this to be negative. I'm just saying this to be honest. Things like this are a good reminder, and that I don't need to buy everything.
Yeah.
Studio Series is something that I've been able to not buy for the most part. Not buying like the non-generations toys is something that I've done. Not getting like every single generations release is something that I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do not yet have the Gamer Series toys, and I am entirely fine with that.
Yeah.
Wait till what we got this week because I got something to say on that.
Okay. Well,
I think I can live without these. Don, what about to say?
Because you can live without them.
Yeah. I don't really care about the Shockwave Minor Megatron. I have the only version of that Megatron mold in the G2 version. I have that. And like Diecast said, the previous Shockwave or the previous Ratbat. Well, anyway, I'm getting my figures mixed up. Anyway, we just got that Scourge mold with Alpha Trion, and I really don't want that mold again. So I did get the Senator Shockwave Orion Pax because I thought it was interesting. You said XV with the Siege Hound mold, but I don't care anything about that Siege Megatron again, even with all the doodads and whoopie doozits. And I don't want another Scourge mold. So, I mean, I'm
skip.
Yeah, easy skip.
Yeah.
Now, if they took this Ratbat retool and did it in Serpentor colors like that BotCon exclusive, I would get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that Serpent OR looked great until it actually shipped.
Well, yes, I think Hasbro, if they were doing the deco work on that themselves, I think we would get a better result.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Megatron, so I am getting the Rise of Tyranny 2-pack for the Megatron. The Ratbat's okay. I just don't think it's like, I don't think I really need it, but I kind of like that Megatron just for the differences of, we don't get Megatron Minor that often.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, also, I like that blue on Shockwave. It's not quite DevCon blue, but I still like the way that looks.
But there are more interesting things that were announced, though. So, Studios 86 Brawn, Gamer Edition Cliffjumper, Gamer Edition Megatron, Rhinox, in the pipeline, Legacy Core Class Snarl, Deluxe Bombshell, Deluxe Red Armstrong. That's awesome.
Strong arm.
Strong Arm. She's one of the characters that I've been wanting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I say Armstrong? Strong Arm is one of the characters. Like I was telling the guys in pre-show that they're like Strong Arm checked off like characters that I wanted in Generations. Like it's a very short list now, and I don't know of anything else really that I really, really, really wanted. So she is definitely something up there. Detritus, which I guess if you're gonna repaint it, you got to repaint it somehow. Cyberverse Shadow Striker, in Voyager's Bludgeon and Trashmaster.
Trashmaster is the Junkion we saw in the purple and green.
Yeah,
That they didn't even show us a picture. Hold on.
Well, no, because the pipeline stuff uses stock assets because they're not ready to show the toys yet. So like the closest they could do would be to show like concept art of the toy, but that would still be too close to showing the toy at a stage they're not ready to show the toy.
Right,
Well,
right.
I saw that, and my thought is it's going to be a pseudo animated Retgar kind of figure. That's going, because if it's a garbage truck, Trashmaster makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get an animated reference, maybe even pretty close to the original figure to some degree. So I'm hoping it's that.
Yeah, and they said Trashmaster was going to be in the typical Autobot aligned Junkion colors, the rust palette.
cool. JT Prime confirms the leader figure in the subline is Nova Prime, retooled from Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, so we don't really know yet because like it was revealed through the package art on the Shockwave and Pax set. That's why JT Prime went ahead and told us what he knew about that. But it's like in shadow on that piece of art. So we don't know whether it's going to be like the pure white Nova Prime or if it's going to be like the Nemesis colors from a different part of the comic where he's got more dark tones on him. But like this, anything that you would use to make a Nova Prime, this is the thing to do because like customs for the longest time were using the original Cybertron Optimus Prime as a starting point for that. So this only makes sense. And like prior to this, we've only had Nova Prime as a BotCon exclusive, which was a redeco of the Thrilling 30 Orion Pax figure, which was small and ill-suited in general to that purpose. So like this is nice to have. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really interested in getting this, even though the two sets we've seen so far have not really done much for me.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the live stream?
I kind of like Titans Return Brawn a little bit better than Studio Series. I don't. I feel like the color breakdown is better on Titans Return. That just something about the two-toned legs is just upper legs just not doing it for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so I'm fine with sticking with what I got, and just we still need the gears, guys.
Yeah,
Gears,
I mean, hopefully that will be something in the pipeline because they're trying to hit these notes. So
yeah,
and will they release Gears with both heads, like versions both? You got to imagine, right?
I mean, I would think they would find some way to do that. Even if it's sticking it in another Amazon exclusive line like they did for Pipes and Huffer.
Who would want the toy head? Raising my hand. Am I the only one?
I'd probably be more interested in the toy head.
Yeah. Okay. So something we've been talking about quite a bit is sort of the health of Hasbro, and their Q1 earnings report is not great.
Yeah.
So their net revenues are down about 15% over Q1 2022. And that's just like pure dollars. You're not counting inflation, which has hit us pretty hard this past year. So it's actually 1 billion versus 1.16 last year. It's a pretty big hit. Operating profit down is by 85%. So $18 million versus $120 million last year. 22 million loss versus profit in Q1 of 22. And brand revenue down 36%.
Partner brand specifically.
Partner brand revenue down 36%. So
So, do you have anything? Do you think that this is a reflection on the higher prices?
They're not helping.
I think it's a little bit of a reflection on everything, honestly.
Yeah.
But the higher prices are definitely part of that.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't gone through bit by bit, but I would imagine that media has a big part to play with it. Over-indexing on some of their IP probably has quite a bit to do with it. I would say prices probably aren't a top contributor, if I had to guess.
No.
Yeah, but it didn't help.
Another factor that was suggested to be contributing to this too is that the retailers anticipating shipping delays and other logistic issues over-ordered as much stuff as they could. So the throughput of product from that point forward has also been lower, which would put a hit on Hasbro for not being able to get their product out to their retailers as quickly.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, Aaron Archer told us that shipping, oil-based plastics across the earth, in the shape of toys and characters is not a sustainable business.
Right.
And more often than not, we're seeing that come to fruition. So
yeah. Hell's Bells, that was 10 years ago.
That was 10 years ago. Was it May or April? It was
August.
So not quite 10 years, but yeah,
close enough.
Yeah. This is the shifting sands of the toy market, and things that we're feeling higher prices are all just indicative of it. Another reason why I need to slow down.
Yeah.
Focus on my vintage stuff.
Or get it while you can before it's not available anymore.
Oh, JT Prime says Gears is next year, by the way.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Let's see here. Saudi Entertainment Ventures partnered with Hasbro to produce Transformers theme attractions. 3 currently planned, with more to follow. So this is
Saudi Arabia, though. So I mean, they are, I believe, the government's approved entertainment venture industry.
And I think that's who was scouting to buy WWE. I think that might have been
I would not be surprised.
Yeah. So they have a lot of money to burn.
Yeah. Well, yes, it's the Saudi government. They have like almost all the money to burn.
They have almost all the money. So they're going to do a Transformers themed. The way they put it, I'm like, that's BS, because have you ever been to Rob Springer's house? It was like a Transformers, the world's first ever Transformers themed entertainment venue or something. And I'm like, I've been to Rob Springer's house, and I've been, to Don's house. Yeah. But yeah, so that's interesting. I gotta say, if this toy thing doesn't work out, Hasbro's got to do something to make money.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great if like a Hasbro CEO had thought to like diversify into non-toy things like media IPs.
Yeah, well, Brian Goldner, R.I.P.
Right?
Yeah.
Now this next one has hurt a lot of people today.
Wait. Movie ticket exclusive. So I haven't come across this. So, movie ticket exclusive Studio Series Nemesis Prime and Kingdom Burning Optimus Primal. What?
In Japan.
In Japan.
So we've seen something like this before. So the deal is, you go to a specific convenience store or through their website, and you order what is a set of a movie ticket and one of these exclusive toys. You get the movie ticket right away, and then the toy will get delivered to you in January. If you live in Japan. Now, the price of the movie ticket is 1,500 yen. The price of the toy is about 6,000 yen. So the average price of the set together is 7,500, which is
$50. 50,
around 50, 60 bucks. The problem is, for any importer in this country to have stock of this, they will have to have an agent in Japan go and buy the movie ticket and order the toys, which is going to, be a $60-ish startup cost. the cost to mail all that back over to whoever is employing them. By the time we would see any of these come through the old usual channels, we would be looking at $130, $140 probably per toy. Yeah,
it's wrong, but you know the one I want, right?
Burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I want. I don't know why. Dang it. I might
I will say with Burning Up this Primal, they did eliminate a little bit of wanted that by doing the same mistake the Masterpiece did in making the robot head blue.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be blue per the original toy. The Nemesis Prime actually looks really nice to me. And if this was available through like Pulse or something in a more reasonable way, I would strongly consider picking that up. The all that clear plastic on Burning Primal kind of scares me off that just conceptually.
I mean, it's possible we might see that through selects with a slightly different deco, because that way it's not exactly the same as what they're doing over there, and they get more runs of that mold. So we might get it down the road,
or we might not.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible too. Just depends like what kind of agreements Takara made with the convenience store in question, which I think is Lawson's. It depends what agreements they made. It might be possible, like after the promotional period for this is over with, and people are locked into getting these from the Japanese source, Hasbro might be able to offer these decos the same way they offer like masterpieces. It would just be on more of a delay. But like right now, there's no indication to think that might be the case. So yeah, that's caused a lot of people some anguish today. Just the near impossibility of getting these unless you actually live in Japan.
Huh. I need to see all my friends who are in Japan if they can help out. Okay. In-hand photos of Nemesis Leo Prime. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
Yeah, the actual production colors look nicer than the stock photos they showed us when they announced it, because some of the tones were off and were kind of shifting toward brown a little bit more. So this is definitely more like a charcoal and gray kind of thing.
Yeah, it does actually look pretty decent. I'm not. Yeah,
but it also looks really boring still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could use more of the metallic blue for sure.
Yeah,
I
don't know where they would
break
put it
up.
though.
Oh, they can figure it out. I mean,
On the chest.
yeah.
All those little details on the chest.
I honestly, I feel like I need it. I think I need it.
Actually, a little bit of red on the upper chest and some of the metallic blue on the lower, like spherical bits of the chest and like that.
Going back to when I was talking about Strong Arm and how she checks off another box on the list of toys that I want generations. Another one that I really would really want is Big Convoy. And partly so I can get so that I can get a Nemesis Prime recolor of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I want to see a Generations Big Convoy just to see non-1998 Takara engineering applied to that design. Like, I want to see that reimagined through a modern engineering filter.
Yeah, like, I really like the robot mode. I will never not like the robot mode of that toy, and I realize it's not the best. It's kind of like where Dawn loves robots in this, or car robots. Optimus Prime. Big Convoy is my version of that. But like, I'll get this Leo Convoy, Leo Prime, whatever we call it, just so that they might be more willing to do a Big Convoy for me in the future. In hand photos of Legacy Beachcomber. Yeah, I mean, it's Legacy Beachcomber. It's basically kind of exactly like what you would expect.
Yeah. Looks good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And
they better give me a G2.
Yeah.
And it's fighting a
They got it.
Gundam Woundwort. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you work with what you have, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, looks good. Like this one I do like more than the, previous version, so I will probably grab it at some point.
I mean, I really like Power of the Prime's Beachcomber. It has like a good feel to it. It's got that little, squat, chunky kind of thing going on, which
Mhm.
works for me for a mini bot concept.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this looks really like interpreting this as a deluxe. I think they did a really good job of like working that design into this set of proportions.
So we've talked about like potential repaints for this G2. Matt had mentioned the Diaclone, the red Diaclone. Did anybody mention Energon Cliffjumper?
I don't think so.
No, I think I probably brought up Golden Lagoon at some point.
Golden Lagoon is it's another obvious one. I want Energon Cliffjumper.
I think Matt mentioned it could be a good base for a ruckus.
Yeah, I think so.
As,
I think he said
as a repaint?
Well, maybe
No,
a little bit.
I'm talking repaints.
You're talking about just repaints,
straight
not
up
reuse of the
repaint.
mold. Sorry.
Straight up repaints. Yeah. No, but Don, there's other opportunity for it.
I mean, they'd probably want to put a new head on if they were going to do Energon Cliffjumper off of this.
Yeah.
I think like G2 and Golden Lagoon are probably like main possibilities here.
And I would say a select style clone.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I could see the team doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. In hidden photos, Rise of the Beast, Mainline, Deluxe, Mirage.
I don't like this.
It looks terrible.
The gray tires are kind of an issue, for one.
Oh God, is this it?
The face is terrible. The backpack is terrible. I just can't get into these mainline figures. Like it's like they're not Transformers. Like it's like they're knockoff Transformers, I guess I could say.
Usually phrases like that are I don't agree with. I totally buy that in this case. They look like dollar store Transformers.
I mean, I feel like they had a lot working against them trying to get this movie Mirage design to work as a deluxe toy, especially in, if they call it a deluxe, it's slightly sub-deluxe in terms of complexity and everything and price point. So, like, there was a lot working against this for as complex as that design just is from the starting point. But, like, yeah, I do not like... To be completely fair to the people who did work on designing and engineering this, I don't like the Studio Series one either.
Yeah.
I have not seen a Rise of the Beast Mirage toy yet that I think actually looks good. I think it's just too much to try to cram into a deluxe.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Studio Series. I don't remember seeing that yet, but I will say if you check my Twitter at Diecast2, I had a picture of Rhinox, it's still up there, that I had in my hand in Walmart, and I was like, I just can't do it. And part of it was the price. Part of it was the figure just doesn't look that good. And I'm glad I put it back, especially because they just announced the Studio Series one, which does look like a little bit nicer. And it's basically the same price. So if I'm gonna spend $35, I'd rather do it on the Studio Series.
Yeah, and I mean, remember, we've gone over this several times at this point, but like, these toys were not supposed to come out side by side.
Right.
Yeah. It's got one of this Mirage just has one of those things going on with that a lot of movie toys do for me, which is where the amount of surface detail just does not quite work for the type of construction they're going with. I think it just. Like I said, a lot of movie toys as far back at least as Age of Extinction have had that for me. It's just like they're doing what can be very basic transformations and just printing all of this detail onto broad flat surfaces. And unless you have the budget to do enough paint to really spruce that up, which obviously they don't here, it just doesn't quite make it.
Yeah, it's flawed from the conception.
Yeah, somebody who's going to do a really nice custom of this, going to get the paint in line with what it looks like in the movie, and I bet that'll look really good. But just for it's not doing it for me here as it is.
The one thing about this that I like, and for completely the wrong reason, is the car mode, which just reminds me of like if somebody was doing, traditional animation of a Porsche, this is what it would end up looking like because they can't photo realistically draw a car. So it's just as close as they can get. I kind of like that. Looks like an old animation take on a Porsche.
Go ahead, Don.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say the thing about that I'm seeing, especially with the other Mirage and the Voyager Prime that I picked up, there's a lot of Games Workshop gray on that, and that really hurts that Prime. It's a nice little Voyager Prime. I like it. But that's just so much Games Workshop gray. And it's like he doesn't come with anything but just one gun. So it's like, where did the budget go? Because it's like he has one accessory and it looks like his gun looks like crap. And you've got nothing but it's sort of like Metroplex for me. It's just a swath of unpainted. Metroplex was all that unpainted white plastic. And this Prime and this Mirage is just all this Game Workshop gray, and it's just
where did the budget go? Profit margin.
Yeah, I know. But it just seems like you don't get the accessories. The cardboard is
Profit
cheaper.
margin.
Yeah, no, it's
Profit
just
margin.
They probably had to pay Paramount a little bit too in there.
Yeah.
So what it is I think what we all can agree on is these feel like cheaper toys, but they're at the same price point.
The Deluxes
That
are
doesn't
slightly
help.
cheaper. The Voyagers are the same price.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's
again, I think I hate to say this, but we've been living through it. And I think that the next, if we do this for another 20 years, the thing we're living through is the deconstruction. And I don't know if there's a reconstruction, but the deconstruction of the toy industry.
Yeah.
And this is the norm going forward. It's just the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how else we can analyze that, but that just really feels like the lot that we're sort of stuck with if we're going to be buying, general retail release toys. It doesn't necessarily apply to Masterpiece or third party or whatever, but general release retail toys, this is our lot in life.
And I think it's not going to be that much longer that we have what we consider as general retail release toys anymore. Anyway, it's gonna get more and more of a boutique market thing. We're going to see
more.
If they're in big box stores, it's going to be like the collectibles little alcove thing at Target, or installations at GameStop, that kind of thing.
Yeah, more and more. There's not that many HasLab toys that hit, but not Maddie Collector, Mattel Creations is constantly posting things.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect things that you might want to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When it comes to Transformers, almost everything that we could want already exists.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I do also think, and I probably said this before, just the tendency towards monochrome of these designs does not help anything for
No, not at all.
for the look of these figures. Just that, the fact that they rediscovered color for the Bumblebee movie and then just went back to making another goddamn live action Transformers movie is just not encouraging, even with the addition of Beast characters, which I'm happy to see otherwise, but just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this movie looks like a bait movie.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And I have tickets to see it on June 7th.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Everything they learned is just thrown out with the baby in the water.
What are they?
Everything they should have learned.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, so moving on. Official pet vision filters added on Snapchat and TikTok. I don't know what that means.
So if you have Snapchat or TikTok on your phone,
I don't.
Okay, you don't, but other people do. If you have that, there's now an option if you take a video of one of your pets, a dog or a cat, there's a button you can press and it'll put an Optimus Prime hat and glowing eyes on them.
It's so cute. I just want to do it because I have animals.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't have Snapchat or TikTok, and I don't
That's
want
fine.
to. Yeah.
No.
So found the next third-party toy Brian will have to buy, Dr. Wu a Grand Galvatron. I didn't get the New Age Grand Galvatron.
Okay, but this is apparently going to be a teeny tiny one, so it's not going to cost very much, and it's something you just put in your pocket and keep with you forever.
Now, a Grand Galvatron in my pocket would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Diecast
has the New Age.
I love it.
That was like $80
so
or
dumb.
something. Don't you call Grand Galvatron dumb?
It's
it's dumb respectfully.
Yeah. Yes, I mean it respectfully because I love it. I'm a fan.
We all like gravitate toward the absurd end of Transformers media, and
Headmasters is nothing but a bunch of that.
The episode Bot, Carnage and C Minor, it's all the things we latch on to, and that's just like the epitome model of that whole line of thinking. Like, it's dumb, but we mean that with the utmost adoration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if this actually transforms into a planet mode, I'm down for that.
I mean, you probably push it. You push the head.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure it
arms
just
in.
compresses in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I think the old Eggbot toys would be more complicated than that.
Yeah, it'd be a good fidget
I mean,
toy.
but just the fact that it'll do that is pretty cool.
What it really needs that I don't see on this render is a loop to put a keychain on it.
Oh yeah,
This is a perfect keychain toy.
Yes.
Okay. If you're in Singapore and you like KFC, there's a Rise of the Beast cross promotion menu coming your way. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know what exactly is going to be on the menu yet, but it talks about there being, branded food varieties and merchandise too. So probably like kids meal stuff.
I'm hoping they try to imply that you're eating like Air Razor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brian. Yeah, Air Razor is on the menu.
I think they're gonna re-release those McDonald's toys from that Brian has.
They literally can't.
Yeah, wrong brand.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess a special Beast Wars edition Double Down where there's as many different kinds of animal in one meat-based sandwich as possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I mean, that's not so far-fetched too, because I think the Double Down has pretty much stayed on the menu in other countries,
and they bring it
the
back
whole
here
time.
occasionally.
Yeah, but the whole time, you'll be able to get Double Downs in Southeast Asia.
It's
and everything.
like the healthiest thing on the menu too.
That's the really sad part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump to what we got this week. I didn't get anything. Chris didn't get anything. Diecast, you wanted to show off something.
I am surprised by this. Not that I got it, just that I really like it. It's the Studio Series Gamerverse Bumblebee in hand. And I haven't transformed it, but in hand, he is an excellent robot. We were really looking at the chest, and there are photos where it's not compressed properly, but even compressed, it's not, a ton. And it just looks so much better in hand.
Diecast.
Super. Yeah.
Don has transformed it. What do you think?
Yes, it is an absolute awesome figure. It may be my favorite of the three. It's solid. The transformation is not
You're gonna
hard.
Make me buy it.
It's a little hard to pay together at the end just to get a few of the pegs lined up. But I mean, now this also reminds me of Studio Series 86 and all, as far as it's the way it compresses. It's tight. It's fairly easy. It looks good in both modes. This is very close to being my favorite of the three. It's definitely better than Barricade. Optimus, I'm still debating on how he ranks against Optimus, but definitely worth a pickup because I love this figure.
Yeah, he's really nice. But other than him, I got, which I didn't bring down, Don has it already. I got the Magic Square Prime 2.0 EX with the paint. It's, it's a thing.
How was Barricade?
Yeah.
How was Barricade?
Barricade is okay. His articulation is limited, and he doesn't really do that much. He basically, it's like he wanted to be a Viacon from Prime, and
Oh,
they
I
just
can see that.
and they just kind of took off a lot of the fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it's you can tell like they looked at Viacon Steve and said, "Okay, can we put any of that in there? Not at this price point. Well, we'll get close." And so it's okay, but Bumblebee's a much more fun figure.
Yeah, Amazon has Barricade in stock, but not Bumblebee.
If it was me, I would get Prime and Bumblebee and then wait for Barricade to go on sale.
yeah, I'm gonna wait for Barricade to drop under like $16 or something.
But Diecast, what did you think of your? I mean, you and I both have version 1.0.
Yeah.
But it's just with the paint and everything, this is going to probably be my main Prime for display when I get the downstairs going.
I have to put them next to each other. I don't know that I like the diecast feet because they took out the detail in the feet to add the diecast, which was kind of a weird choice. But yeah, I got to look at them side by side. I can't even tell that it's really painted other than where I have paint missing.
Well, the
some
1.0
shipping or
is very
whatever.
the 1.0 is very flat under like regular incandescent light, so you should see it better when you like get them together.
Yeah.
Hey, breaking news. Montana to become the first U.S. state to ban TikTok. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And then next I got FansToys Blaster.
Hey,
This is my first FansToys figure that I'm not ecstatic about.
Heresy.
It's
had to happen eventually.
I don't like the proportions on it. He's got tons of weight. He has that FansToys feel. I don't like the way his head kind of sticks up a little bit too much because there's a base piece right there on the neck that kind of sticks up extra, and I think the arms sit a little bit low compared to the chest, and the waist is a little bit skinny for me.
It's also a little bit elongated from where I sit. Just got a little bit of that like Predaking midriff thing going on that just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just not like I think I like the
KFC.
no, the deformation space.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one because I've got I got the KFC twin cast version.
So I think this blaster is actually perfect. On the notion that they based it on Acom's animation from season 3.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Because that looks like season 3 Transformers.
Hey, anything else, Diecast?
No, that's it.
Hey, I want to jump to something in the Discord from 8 minutes ago that I missed. A non-ETF saying the Rise of the Beast stuff is selling. You guys can say, but for all the negative talk, the movie hasn't come out and it's still a result to be seen. I'm glad it's selling. I want it to sell. I really do. I wish it was more for me, but it's not, and that's entirely okay. Like
Yep.
I don't like the way the movie is not. I'm not excited by the movie. It's not my thing, but that doesn't mean I don't want it to do well. Like so, but like I really do hope that the toys sell because Hasbro needs it.
Yeah, I'm kind of past the point of feeling like I need to cheerlead this stuff. It's going to do well or not without me, and
Yeah,
that's going to have to be okay.
I don't want to.
And
Yes, yep.
I don't want to just sit here and be negative about the thing all the time, but I reserve the right to be negative when I feel like I have something cogent to say.
I want to be honest.
Yeah.
I want to be honest about how I feel. Like I don't want to, like in the past we've been accused of being negative on things, and at times I think we were.
Yeah.
And I really, you guys know, I really try. I want us to like be as upbeat and positive, but I also want us to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna, lie and say I'm excited about the movie when I'm not. But I want it to do well.
And there's pieces from the mainline Rise of the Beast toy line I want to get. I want like the Cheetor, I want the Wheeljack. I don't want to get that 3-pack that has them in it, so I gotta wait till the individuals come out. But like these are movie toys, they're gonna be around forever, pretty much. So I don't feel like I'm in a big hurry to get them either. Like same with the Battle Masters. The Battle Masters like are up my alley too, because I can do anything with those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an awesome trip to Ollie's in like 6 months, 8 months.
You're
I
not
think
wrong.
that's about
You're
it.
not wrong.
You'll find all those Galaxy shuttles then too.
Yeah, probably, and I will definitely get one if I see it there.
Done.
But I hate to say it, but we could be looking at, again, being honest, we could be looking at our Christmas push to get all this movie stuff off the shelves.
Oh, we are.
Elf on the Shelf Warmer.
You are exactly right, Don. You nailed that.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, this will be fantastic for Elf on the Shelf Warmer.
Because it's like there's a Rise of the Beast Megatron that's like 7 steps. It's halfway between the shampoo bottle figures that don't transform and your basic $15 to $20 transformer. I've seen that at a local thrift store for $7 that in the original Dollar General style packaging. That's now in the Rise of Beast packaging for like $15 to $16. And it's like, this stuff is not going to sell. I mean, I literally can go to the thrift store right now and get one for $7 if I wanted it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Don, what'd you get? Did you get something at the thrift store?
No, I did. I got 2 boxes of chocolate covered cherries for 50 cents a piece.
At a thrift store?
Yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah,
You bought food at a thrift store.
And they're in date. Sealed and in date.
You bought food from
sealed.
a thrift store.
Yeah.
All right,
it's
sealed.
Sealed.
I got you.
Yes. Yeah, it's the Queen Anne cherries.
At a thrift store.
Yeah. But they were 50 cents a box. And they were
Are you saying a discount store? Like where?
Yeah, discount thrift store.
Okay, thrift stores where people donate stuff.
Thrift store is
salvage store.
I think we're all kind of picturing, buying food from Goodwill, which is just a horrifying concept.
Yes, and I was just at the by the pound Goodwill that Kim loves to go to, and I like buying food from there. Just like the idea just makes me sick.
I have found food
salvage
in those bins at my by the pound Goodwill, and I'm man, I miss and don't miss going to that place. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, most all my stuff this week came through tfradio.net/Amazon.
Sweet.
So I've got a very eclectic mix. I picked up the Masterverse, new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the younger skewing, but still very good.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing Masterverse figures of the new series.
That is so weird.
It is. So far, it's only He-Man. He's in that Catra wave. When I found Catra last week, I was looking for him and couldn't find it. I got him for a few dollars less than retail off Amazon.
So my 3-year-old asked for Catra, and she's like, "Can I get Catra?" And I'm like, "They don't make Catra." And then I thought, well, yeah, they do, but they really don't because it's not the Catra you want.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the right Catra. I also picked up for $14 Masterverse Sunman.
That's another one I didn't know existed.
Yep. The Masterverse version of Sunman. Target's had them on pre-order for months, and they just showed up on Amazon for the same price of $14. I picked up from the same line of the Sergeant Slaughter that Matt had you get, Brian. I got a new female for my Joe Shelf, Eclipse Special Forces. She's been out of stock at the Valiverse store for months, and I got this for, again, retail.
Do you think we'll get since they're a Masterverse Sunman, do you think we'll get a Masterverse Space Sumo? That would be awesome.
At this point, lucky. Maybe. And for Chris and Matt, if he was here, I picked this up on a whim, but it was cheap. And I got the DX Nadesco driver from Forza's movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure Matt is like fist pumping right now.
$28
He'd
for
be
the
fist
DX.
pumping at that.
Yeah, for
That's
the DX.
price.
$28 for the DX version.
Did it come with switches?
Also, Christy just brought these to me. I forgot. The lady that got me the A-Team set, the Gloob 4-pack, found this and got this for me. Now, this is not quite up my alley like that, but it is a supposedly complete set of original, hang on, Space 1999 trading cards
Neat.
from the series.
What's the date
So-
on that, Don?
Well, it looks like it says it's the 10 cents per pack, so I would assume the 70s.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Space
it's-
1999 was
Yeah,
70s,
Donruss
yeah.
from Donruss out of Memphis. Distributed.
You read the date, 1999.
Yeah.
No, copyright 1976 is now as far as Space 1999.
So
Supposed to be.
yeah, I don't know, have a clue what that's worth, but it's probably worth looking up. You could probably flip that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to go through and seeing how many cards are in there. But yeah, that was an unexpected surprise. But she said it's a complete set. Unfortunately, and what's weird, I've never watched Space 1999. It's one of the few 70s sci-fi. I watched Blake 7, but I've never watched 1999.
Okay, so I don't know if it's still the case. There were episodes of that up on YouTube, I think officially. And I think it would probably be up your alley, Don.
Well, my friend Fred is a huge Space 1999 fan, so I figured if I have any questions, I can call him and ask him up.
Okay.
Thank you, hon.
Don, on eBay, I just found that set for $26 in the box.
Okay. The rest of the stuff I got was I found this off of eBay. I got Tiger Force Outback for a little bit less than retail, considering he's dried up everywhere that I can find, and I like this better than the current version. I had bought the classic carded Gung Ho, and I just didn't like the way he looked. The 6-inch on the classic card.
Mm-hmm.
So I found the classified Gung Ho for $15. So I picked that up. Transformer wise, I got the first of Magic Square's Combaticons.
Okay.
So I will be working on getting the Combaticons. And if they do a G2 version, maybe get that. I don't know. And the last thing I got about 20 minutes before showtime, this was a impulse purchase this was off of Amazon through tfradio.net/Amazon. I decided to get, because I had some Twitter sales, the MLDX Optimus Prime. Because
Okay.
I've got the Rodimus on order, and I just figured this would make a nice companion piece to like my Mega FCF Optimus and Megatron, kind of like that display there. And after seeing the aftermarket prices and this went up for retail, I thought this would be a nice piece to get. And that's what I got this week.
Cool.
That would go nice with your DLX RC too. So that just went up for pre-order.
Yeah, I'm
this
still
week.
debating on that. But she's higher than these though. Rodimus and Optimus are 79 and she's 149.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, she's higher than Optimus and Rodimus, but she does have an LED feature that I don't think this one does.
Yeah.
But it's
That and
almost
the movie tax is probably it.
maybe, but it's almost at least $40 to $50 higher from what I've been seeing.
Mhm.
Cool.
I noticed the Starscream went up today and no one even mentioned it.
Rob, did you get anything?
Yeah, I got a couple of things, one small and one major, basically. I got the Tamika White base that I ordered during the show a couple of weeks ago.
Cool.
That's not a bad little toy. It is maybe about 2 inches long. The battleship from the original Mobile Suit Gundam. It was about $12 shipped, which I don't think is too bad. It's got a die-cast metal core, basically, with all the distinguishing features of the ship jacketed around it in plastic. It has a little stand that attaches to the bottom so you can roll it, that moves very, very well. Just scoots across the top of my keyboard tray very nicely. And yeah, so since it was still relatively cheap, I wanted to get it because I actually don't have any particularly good representations of weight base at this point. So it's a little bit larger than a Hot Wheels, so that'll work. I can find space for that on a shelf. Yeah. Well, you probably wouldn't be surprised.
I
but-
wouldn't be surprised.
No. But the other thing I got was I got Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch.
Nice.
And That is a really fun game. I am having a great time with that. That was a great thing to be able to sit down and throw some time at while I was waiting to be able to actually like talk again without sniffling and coughing.
I put about 30 seconds into it, and I'm like,
Here's the sad thing. I walked into GameStop and I had to ask the guy behind the counter, what's all the people lined up for? I didn't even know it was even coming out.
I've gone into a Best Buy. There was nothing, like they didn't have it in stock, but like you would have had no idea that the thing actually came out because there was no signage or anything. I was shocked by that. Like I know that GameStop, like there were lines, they had like a opening, like 12 a.m. like opening party deal. I didn't like Breath of the Wild. I wasn't that crazy about Breath of the Wild. So like I'm not too crazy about this one. But
okay, so the thing I feel like is worth mentioning about that is that most of the things that Breath of the Wild did that kind of irritated people, this does, but provides like variations on them and expands on them to make them more interesting. It's like you know, yes, the weapons still break, but now you can take any two weapons and or basically a weapon and any object and weld them together to make a new weapon. So
that's cool.
You know, there's a ridiculous variety to what you can be, you know, throwing at enemies. So, you know, having your inventory clear out fairly rapidly is not as big a thing as it maybe as it used to be. There is now gear in the game you can get and potions you can make so that you don't slip as much when you're climbing in the rain. There's also just a variety of ridiculous contraptions you can make so that if you don't like climbing, you never have to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need to go back and finish all the Zelda games that I never finished. And maybe that might put me in the mindset of like make me more excited for these.
Maybe so.
I haven't finished one since Ocarina.
I think the last one I finished before this was Wind Waker. So that's slightly newer.
Been a while.
Yeah, well,
but
I mean, Wind Waker came out 104.
Something like that.
Yeah. And
yeah, so and frankly, originally I only bought it because it came with a GameCube disc that had like Zelda 1 and 2 and Ocarina and Majora's Mask on it.
Wind
I
Waker's
got
great.
that same disc. That was great.
Yeah, Wind Waker is great. I just never finished it. I got the new game between like rewards points or however that works and money that I had put in my account so I could buy Wii U games before the store closed. I think I got it for like $30. So
nice.
Cool.
I mean, so like I'll play it eventually, hopefully before I die, but it's not a top priority for me to play.
There's I will just say that there's something great about being able to like find a cannon on the ground, weld it to a stick and just, you know, swing large projectiles at enemies. It's pretty great.
Yeah, so like from what I've seen of a few video clips, like the crafting potential in this game is very robust.
Oh yeah.
Which has led me to wonder, has Jay had any hands-on time with Tears of the Kingdom yet?
Not yet, no.
I just can't imagine the kinds of things.
Oh yeah, this is that there is. I think the big thing that I'm hoping they may add at one point in the future is that the things you create are not, in some cases, persistent. Like you reach certain points in the game where they don't want you to have weird vehicles to go into this section, so they just disappear. But there's not a lot of those that I've found, but there are a few. But it is, yeah, it's a like I said, it's a great game. I am loving it, and I've only, you know, passed out while I was playing it and walked myself off a cliff a couple of times so far. So, and there is our mini episode of New Soundwave for the week.
Yeah,
there you go. I feel honestly though, like I just need to play A Link to the Past over and over, and I think I'll be happy.
I keep wanting to look at the Link to the Past randomizer. I've messed with the Zelda 2 randomizer sometimes. That's a good time if you like that game.
I like Zelda 2.
Okay, yeah. Then you can there's all sorts of options you can you know, add to it and just totally randomize the world map and the item locations.
That's cool.
So,
I need to do that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Okay. Anything else?
Don't think so.
Okay. So Matt's not here, so we'll catch up with Matt next week. But I want to thank our patrons, and of course, want to remind everybody about Patreon. We have each week on Patreon an ad-free version of the show that you get a day early. So that's a pretty big benefit right there. Higher bit rate, weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. I need to post last week's pre-show, so that'll probably go up before this episode. Unedited episodes of RSC when we have them. We don't necessarily have those every week. Hot 5 a week early, which I'm way behind on getting those posted, but I will. You'll get them a week early. Patrons at the touch tier get to be on Hot 5, which is awesome. Get to be there with Rob. And, of course, touched patrons get to be mentioned on the show each week. So let's do that now. Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwen, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Jason Hiley, and I got his name wrong last week, and I apologize, TJ Petrucci. So thank you all so much. You guys rock. We love you. Also, if you want to go buy a car or something on Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon, and help us out. Any purchase you make doesn't cost a cent more, but Amazon throws a little bit back our way to help cover the cost of crap.
Do they sell cars on Amazon?
Let's find out. Let's see here. Automobile.
I mean, I would assume automobile category is just for, like, accessories and parts.
Well, you can
not
buy
the whole
cars on
car.
eBay. I would hope you could. I guess not. Okay. But if you need to buy furniture, Fabergé eggs, whatever like that.
Tears
Still-
of the Kingdom.
Yeah. tfradio.net/Amazon.
That's how I got it.
Sweet. You guys rock. Okay. So, you can find all of our crap at tfradio.net. I need to plug that, do a better job of plugging that, but all of our stuff, 20 plus years of content, tfradio.net/Amazon. We're approaching here in just about a month our JD Church Memorial episode, which is the
Oh, yeah.
14th anniversary of our return to regularity. It's not fiber, but there were a few years when we weren't publishing on the regular. So, but when back in 2009, we started publishing weekly again. So, 14 years of that. And then, of course, going back to 1999 when we first started the show. Yeah, we're old. So, you can find Rob Springer, who's not here, on Twitter at RoboRobSpringer and Zonebase.org. And we post the Transform Squadron podcast every month. I'm getting a chance to catch up on that, and I really enjoy listening to Rob's podcast. Not enough people do solo podcasts anymore. I need to get back to it myself, but it's a nice change of pace from other podcasts that you might listen to. John Luna not here. He's at that John D everywhere. You can find me at briankilby.com. My Twitter account is currently deactivated. And in about 25 days, if things work out like they're supposed to, it's gone. So,
I'll believe it when I see it.
yeah. Well, I was able to basically drop Facebook, and I never use Instagram.
That's easy.
Yeah. But my Twitter is all I'm 1/6 of the way there. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. Like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and see my reviews at youtube.com/RFC Reviews. Make sure you hit the notification icon and subscribe. That way, when I start doing reviews again, you'll get notified.
Cool. Donald.
I'm reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Cool. Rob.
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. Still focusing on Gundam gaming. Did actually get a little bit of non-Gundam Battle Operation 2 content out the last couple of days. Bandai Namco Entertainment America was nice enough as to give me the DLC for SD Gundam Battle Alliance, which has the Gundam Aerial and the main character from the latest series, Witch from Mercury, and that was fun to mess with. I want to get back to that game when I can, but I did a little overview of it, and was able to equip a plot important tomato on the Gundam Aerial, so I'm very satisfied with that.
And that's not even a joke. That's literally the truth.
Yes, that is all. Nothing I said was a lie. But yeah, if you like Gundam gaming or just want to check it out, youtube.com/flailthroughs, and if you want to support me there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can throw a couple bucks at me for requests, and if you'd rather just support the site or support the show at the same time you're sending me stuff, there is tfradio.net/playlist.
Cool. Chris?
You can connect with me in our Discord channel at tfradio.net/discord, where you'll find such clever things as Bromo observing that an Amazon Basics automobile just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Going back to my do they sell cars on Amazon question from a few minutes ago. For my personal work, playwithphotography.com, toy photography galleries and articles there. And if you want to do random acts of kindness for me, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, which again sends money back to the show. We should also point out Don has tfradio.net/donlist or donlist or Don's list, which is
It's probably both. I think it's Don list.
And tfradio.net/diecast list for diecast.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I bet Commander Class Armada Optimus, I wish it would ship.
Well, if you had pre-ordered from Big Bad, right away.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Apparently.
Yeah, cool. Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Cool. Okay. Well, everybody watching live, people out there listening, we thank you for being here with us. We'll catch you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Recording stopped.
Okay, I want to talk about Star Trek. So, so Mariner and Boimler, a channel out of Canada, posted a video and took it down, but it showed a little bit of them from the show. And it's interesting that they are in their 24th century uniforms. But Pike, okay, diecast, Star Trek talk.
Take care, diecast.
So it's interesting, of course, Pike being keenly aware of time travel and such is probably cool with 24th century time travelers just showing up, and he wants to hang out with them. That's kind of what I figure is going to happen with that episode. I don't think it's going to be like Trials and Tribulations where everybody's trying to blend in and hide. I'm pretty sure that those two will probably just show up and hilarity will ensue.
Or it'll be a backdoor live action Lower Decks episode and it's all in the holodeck.
Oh, I hope not.
So it's a live action versions of the animated characters.
Yeah, with their voice actors playing their characters. Fortunately, the voice actors look enough like the character that they can get by.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think
Nice.
they designed the animation models around the voice actors to some degree.
I liked that they did that. That's
me too.
unusual, but
Well, and it's smart because they probably knew at some point they would want or need to use them in live action in some capacity. So
yeah, Kirk showing back up in season 2 bugs me. They're gonna have to keep him and Pike from each other because Kirk never met Pike until Pike handed over the Enterprise to him when he was promoted to Commodore.
yeah, apparently the showrunners at this point are more concerned with getting the spirit of Star Trek right more than strictly observing the continuity.
They better strictly adhere to the continuity.
I
will.
If I
will
gotta
shake
choose,
I will scream and yell at the internet and the clouds if